Hello, everybody. So, this is going to be part two. So, what are they expecting from me? So, if you've gotten a 1 to 3 apple rating on an upper level course, I'm going to be giving some pointers on that today and explaining what the parents are looking for. So, this is also from one of the presentations I gave at the Journey event. I've cut it down and I don't have the same things in it. Well, I have some of the same things, but I'm cutting it down to kind of the bare bones to give you the meat of what I was saying. So, what are the parents expecting? So in the upper level classes, they are most often marking teachers down on patience, low energy. You can see in level 3, 4, fast speech, and level 5, 6, pacing, encouragement, student output, lack of corrections, unfinished slides, and class environment. So if you remember from my video yesterday, the ones that were in black were the things that were different from the lower level from the upper level. So these that are bolded are the ones that are different for the upper levels. So, once again, maybe self assess. How are you doing with these? If these are what the parents are looking for, are you doing what the parents are expecting? So, make sure you check out this list and kind of see how you can better those in your own classroom. So, yeah, no, 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 no. Now, these are some general good practices for upper levels. Make it age appropriate. Now, the thing with upper levels is that you can get a huge range of age. So, I have a 5-year-old who is in an upper level, and then, of course, I have like a 10, 11-year-olds. And so, make sure that you are being flexible and adjusting to what they need. So, use puppets or funny voices if it's with a younger student to make it more interesting, but then find other ways to make it more age appropriate for older students. Next, make connections and rapport. I've noticed this has been a huge part of making my upper levels successful. So, really use that beginning time to get to know your students, make those connections, remember the things they tell you. And it's amazing what students do when they feel listened to and cared about. Next, having rewards. I know some people don't use rewards in upper levels. I personally love them. And I notice the students get really excited and motivated by them. So, with these rewards, though, make them interactive, make them meaningful in some way. So sometimes, like I've seen, where you can have a vocabulary word and they have to find a star that's hidden behind it, but they have to say the vocabulary word. So then you're reviewing and getting in practice, but then it's also meaningful and interactive with the student. So find ways to make those rewards fun. Next, TPR looks a lot different in the upper levels than it does in the lower levels. So this is more of gesturing. And so, I mean, you can still use some TPR, but don't make it, I see. Don't do that. It will make them feel like they're being talked down to because they are more advanced students. So don't treat them like they aren't. So, that was our next thing as you see, treat them like an advanced student. Know where they're at, know their level, understand that they are not on a level 2. And so do that through your conversation, do that through your questioning, do that through your rewards, but really show them that you understand what level they're at. And challenge them. Look for ways. Ask open ended questions, try to extend, encourage them to talk, have that student output. Remember, it needs to be up to 70% in the upper levels. So, really get them to read, ask them those things, and they love to talk. If your upper levels are like mine, most of them, it's really hard to get them to stop talking. Now, assess where they're at, don't overteach. Now, in the lower levels, we often do the I do, you do, we do approach. But in the upper levels, sometimes we do that, but really assess where they're at. Don't keep like teaching something at them that they already know, or else they will become disinterested and not engaged in the lesson. So, really try and assess and see where they are at. And then also correct. Now, the parents, they really want to see correction on pronunciation, conversation skills. Try and really be aware and full sentences. Make sure you're trying to hit these things, correct them, but in a positive way that keeps the student ready to keep learning. And then using interesting props, videos, or GIFs or GIFs, however you say it. So I've seen people use it on their phone. I use ManyCam, but I try and use real pictures and real things. Like I have a student who we were learning about when they could ride ostriches in a race. And she was like, but how do they ride? So I quickly found a picture of someone riding an ostrich, and she was so surprised. She was like, oh my goodness, because it was so surprising. So as you do these things that keep it interesting, keep it applicable, the students will be involved in the lessons. So just think about these good good practices and how you can apply them in your lessons. And that keeps Dino very, very happy. Now, 3 awesome takeaways. Mostly I want to show this because I love these cats. Build a connection and rapport. Treat the students like an advanced student. Make the lesson real and interesting. And make sure to find lots of resources for this. There's so much out there. And make sure that you find what's best for you as the teacher. Be you and find what helps you be the best teacher in the classroom and connect with your students. Please add any tips or anything that you have for upper levels or any comments about this below. Thank you so much, everyone.